Hi Nina, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Have you managed to book a holiday this summer since the borders have opened?
No, I haven't. I'm just been a bit worried about the whole COVID restrictions, so I think I'll probably just put things off for the winter and see if we can get a bit of winter sun instead.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to try and do as well.
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, well look, I've invited you here for your performance review. There are a number of things that I would like to talk to you about. So I suppose we'll just get right into it.
Yep, that's fine.
The first one would be just around your performance. Whilst we have been really impressed with your performance to date, and we're just so happy to have you here. You're a great asset to the company.
Oh, thank you. It's really nice to hear.
Yeah, look, over the past 12 months, you've really shown us that you were definitely the right person for the job.
Oh, that's really nice to hear that, yeah.
Although the past 2 months, we have noticed a slight dip in your performance. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about whether there's anything that you feel has been impacting that, and how things have been for you recently.
Well, to be honest, I have been feeling a bit tired. So I think that's probably had a little bit of an impact. I wasn't actually really I really enjoy working for the company, and it's something that I'm glad I came for the interview. But otherwise, I'm all right. I'm getting on with it, and that's it. It's good to me. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Right. Okay. So, whilst we're obviously in terms of performance-wise, and we also look at KPIs. So I've just given you a copy there of your KPIs, and I will just point out on months 11 and 12. Sorry, I've got it here in front of me as well. There is a dip in your performance, and your targets are the lowest that they've been since you've been working here. Can you talk to me about anything that might be impacting them?
Well, I have, to be honest, I have been feeling a bit tired. Probably put that down to a couple of different things. I think just nobody really taken holidays, so I think maybe we're all sort of feeling a bit tired as well at the time. I do try and do my best. It's not that I don't want to work. I love work, and I love this organisation that I work for, and I think it's super. I think it's a really, really good organisation. But most of all, I feel that I'm doing a good job, and I think the data doesn't always show the full picture. As it averages out. I pick, more than a lot of my other colleagues on an everyday basis. So, I feel that I do tend to pick up a lot of their slack as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good feedback. That's how you see it, and it's pictured to you. We do want to be the best we do want to reach the best in class benchmark. And the way of doing this is making sure that everyone is on top form.
I agree, yeah.
So by everyone being on top form, that's it. Our team is up there with the best in the company. So look, I understand that we're all humans. We all make mistakes. We all have off days. And I just want to reiterate that if there is anything that you feel is affecting your work, then we're here to help.
Okay, I understand. I hear that. That's good.
Because I suppose it kind of ties in really closely then with the relationships that you have with your colleagues. And I know. Yeah. Okay, you know where I'm going with this.
I do know where you're going with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So recently there was a grievance brought out against you, and some aggressive behaviour was shown towards a colleague of yours. Am I right in thinking that you've smoothed things over now with that colleague?
Yeah. I think we have. I think from my point of view, we had a chat. and I've certainly moved on. You know, I have apologised and reassured them, you know, it won't happen again. I totally understand where they're coming from. So yeah, I am pleased that somebody pointed that out to me as well. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great that you're able to take that feedback on it, actually. We do value you here and see you as a great asset to our team. There is the potential to move up to a team leader role. And I know that you have mentioned it in passing previously. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that your relationship with your colleagues is as good as it can be. So certain behaviours can obviously be very detrimental to your relationship with your colleagues, and moving forward and getting a promotion. So how do you get on with your other colleagues?
I feel that I get on better than I previously did as well. You know, as the new person, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. And, you know, I understand that they got on really well with, you know, my predecessor as well, you know, and there was lots of activities and, you know, out of work events kind of things. You know, I am aware that I haven't been invited to those events. But you know, I'm still happy to work here. You know, I love the opportunities. You know, I would like to develop, you know, and progress. You know, and I'm really interested in applying for a team leader's role. And I know I need to develop on creating a better relationship with my colleagues as well, because that will also put me in good stead for, you know, the progression route as well. So it's something I appreciate you calling me here today to have this chat, and you know, and also, you know, it gives me something to work towards.
Sorry, I just want to apologise. That was our doorbell going off there.
Oh, okay then.
We'll let a colleague deal with that. Sorry.
There's always interruptions, isn't there?
I know. Look, we do try and limit the interruptions as much as possible, but unfortunately, the doorbell does kind of go off in every room. I'm afraid.
That's okay.
So back on track. Yeah, your relationship with your colleagues.
Yeah.
In order to be a good leader, you do need to have your staff on board and get on with them. So how are you working on bettering your relationships with your colleagues?
Well, you know, after our last discussion and the grievance that was put towards me, it did get me thinking. So I've probably sort of maybe slowed the pace down of myself and the way that I, you know, approach other people as well. So I've also had a little bit of think about maybe a little bit more one-to-one time with people, so that not just, you know, I get to know them, but they also get to know me. So I think that's probably an important issue for me as well, that I try and learn something about them as well, you know, professionally and personal, you know, matter as well. So I think that would help. Okay.
You know what? I think that's a really great idea. And I commend you on taking the initiative to do that. And actually, that's a really great leadership quality for you to have.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, really impressed with that, actually, Nina. Well done. So, also just want to bring to your attention that we have had a number of corporate events recently, and smaller team events as well over the past few months, and you haven't attended any. It has been noted. I do appreciate that some of them have been out of office hours, and it could be difficult for you to attend, as you might have conflicting commitments. But how do you feel about attending some in the future?
Well, it's a bit difficult. Finding this quite hard, really. So it's not that I don't want to attend events. I really do enjoy them, and I think it's really is a good way of getting to know my colleagues in a social environment as well. I haven't really sort of said this to anybody before, but I'm also carer for my mum as well, and she's been a little bit poorly as well. So I've actually had to move into her home to look after her, because it was becoming quite difficult for me in my home, and then having to visit her as well. So yeah, you know, I will admit I've been struggling, and I think that's also part of the reason why I've been feeling quite tired, and I understand that me reflecting on that as well is probably maybe the start of where the grievance came from as well. But I am quite a private person, and I haven't really said that to anybody in the organisation. You know, I've got children, and I don't really spend that much time with them either. You know, everything has really got on top of me, you know, and I can see now that I've really not been coping very well. So yeah, I'm sorry, you know, kind of thing. You know, I was hoping people hadn't really noticed that, you know, I hadn't been attending the events, but it's not the case that I don't want to. I just feel that sometimes when I finish my work, I've got to leave here and deal with my mum's situation, really.
Right. Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. And I think what you're saying there is probably all the dots are starting to add up, aren't they?
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, your slippage in your performance, and the grievance, and this has obviously all come at the same time. So I really respect you for letting me know, and I appreciate that it would have been very difficult for you to tell me, as you said, so yourself. But really do appreciate the fact that you've told me, because now we can work together.
Yeah, okay.
We can start rebuilding things that might look as though they're broken, and we can get back on track.
Okay, that sounds good, yeah.
So we just want to talk to you about a couple of days that you have had off sick, and the data does show that you've had some time off recently. It tends to fall around the same time each month. Now, I might be a bit presumptuous here, but does that kind of relate to your new role as a carer?
Yes, it does. I am sorry about that. Maybe I should have told you sooner. I just didn't want to lose my job, and I really don't want to. I want to move up the career ladder. This, you know, it is really important to me. You know, as a team leader here, you know, and I want to remain working for the organisation as well. Because I think everything here is really, really good. You know, I didn't realise that I'd had so much time, but it has been, you know, a bit of a strain, you know, caring for my mum, and you know, and my family life as well. Okay,
Nina, look, I want to reassure you that we don't fire people because of their home life changes and how it impacts work. We want to work with you to see how we can help you through this and hopefully make life a little bit more manageable. I think there's a number of ways that we can assist you on bringing your performance back up, and one of them that comes to mind now would be flexible working.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you potentially worked longer hours in less days, do you think that might help?
That would, yes, that would help. You know, really, really well, because it would also help me, you know, around the carers, and you know, assist my mum a little bit more in her health. Wow, that just sounds super. Really, really good. I really like that idea, and I think probably I wouldn't feel so tired as well. So for me, I feel that maybe I might perform better on the days that I do come in.
Okay. Yeah,
that
great.
That sounds like a good idea.
We can look at that and get that organised as soon as next week, actually, if that suits you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that sounds really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that I actually just thought of would be to get a buddy for you. And I'd like to introduce you to one of our team leaders. and they would be able to assist you with relationships, colleague relationship troubles and communication. So do you think you'd be up for that?
I would. I definitely would, yeah, because I think it'd also give me a better insight into the organisation and running of the organisation as well. So, I probably, could I make a request that it be a female?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's what I would like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, absolutely happy to look into that, and we can get that sorted. So just to cross the T's and dot the I's. So things that we've got planned then is flexible working starting from next week.
Yeah.
And working alongside a buddy starting again, we can organise that to start from next week for 6 months, and ready to apply for a team leader's role in about 8 months.
That sounds super.
Yeah.
That sounds really, really good. Thank you ever so much.
Amazing. It's been great talking to you, Nina.
Do you know what? Thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate you calling me in, because I just feel a lot more relieved now and much happier with the situation.
That's good.
Thank you.
Great.
All right.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.